The People's Alliance for Democracy, or the PAD, or the Yellow Shirts, set up a meeting on Saturday to map out their strategy. But we haven't seen much of the news about this. Why the media was so quiet about this, Kun Tunsati?
Well, there are two key reasons why we have been very quiet about this. The first one being this is not a big meeting of the PAD, although it was written on the ASTV website that about 20,000 people attended the meeting. But from our own counting, the number of people attending is in the a few thousands only, not that 20,000 as said by the ASTV. So when the attendance is quite low, so I think the media have not paid attention much to that meeting. The second reason is that there is no clear-cut resolution coming out of the meeting. The PAD said that they will oppose anything that would affect the monarchy and that would bring Thaksin Shinawatra home without having to serve any jail term. That is very vague, in my opinion, and that's, there is no threat of immediate protest by the PAD. So the media, understandably, has been very quiet about that.
All right, that's why. And the meeting must have told us some things. So what have we learned from that, Kun Tunsati?
Well, first of all, the PAD still needs some spark to get into action. And as the charter amendment process is still
going
on, and we haven't had any election of the drafting assembly yet, so we still don't know what is going to happen when charter reform is concerned. That there is no spark for the PAD to get into action. And secondly, we have learned from the meeting that the PAD still have some serious issue with the Democrat Party. The PAD leaders emphasized several times that any future change in Thai politics will be earth-shattering, will be very drastic. It's not going to be about putting away one government and replacing with it another party. That will not be the case in the future. So whatever happens in the future, as far as the PAD is concerned, will be about political structural change in Thailand. I don't know what that means, but this is what the PAD are saying. That indicates that the PAD and the Democrat Party can still not see eye to eyes.
Right. So if they could not get the attention of the media, so was that a good news or bad news for the government?
Well, for Kun Yingluck government, the good news is that there will not be a prolonged protest by the PAD. There's not going to be a repeat of the what happened during the Samak and Somchai Wongsavat government, in which the PAD entered government house and occupied the property for several months. That is not going to happen. It was clear. That was made clear by the PAD leaders during this meeting. That's the good news. But in the short term, the bad news is that the PAD also made clear that any future legal or constitutional change that would benefit Kun Thaksin Shinawatra will be opposed to the end. That's a very bad news for the government.
Right. So in the future, will the PAD, the Yellow Shirts movement, be linked with the so-called reconciliation bill, which was mentioned by the Deputy Prime Minister Kun Chalerm Yubamrung recently?
Yes, of course. I think the future move of the PAD will have a lot to do with what Kun Chalerm has up his sleeves. Kun Chalerm himself has been saying for a few days now that Kun Thaksin could come home maybe by the end of the year, and Kun Chalerm already had the reconciliation bill in place. Nobody knows the content yet, but Kun Chalerm said he's already drafted it, and when he disclosed the content of the bill, there will be oohs and ahs from the public. And I think the PAD will take this really seriously as it treats the future charter amendment.